Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, welcome back to our channel, Deep Houseboat Life. Hope everyone's having a great day. If you can't tell already, the sun's starting to look a little bit different, and it's really starting to look a little bit different here in Georgia, which means that fall is kind of around the corner. But not to worry, there's still a lot of good houseboating days ahead of us. And in this week's episode, we're going to talk about gas.
Today's video is all about fueling up our houseboat and our trip to hopefully do that. We'll cover everything from how much it costs, how much our houseboat can hold, how often we fill up, and everything in between. And why do we want to fill up our houseboat? Because we want to do a lot more cruising and houseboat camping while summer is winding down, because there's still more fun to be had.
Fingers crossed this goes well. It's only the three of us, me, Jessie, our daughter Clare, 4 if you include our dog Dory. And it'll be the first time with just us venturing out to get gas. So we're hoping that the fuel dock isn't too crowded this weekend. And we like to go to a specific marina up the lake that has attendants, so hopefully the attendants are there and things aren't too busy. If you can't tell, it's a little windy today. We've been having some wind come through this past weekend, so hopefully we'll be able to dodge that. And as we all know with wind, there comes the opportunity to crash or bump something, and we're hoping we don't do that either. And to top it off, finally, hopefully our savings account won't get too damaged, and our goal is to stay under $500. We don't know what the gas price is yet. We probably should have called ahead, but that's just something about boat ownership. You're kind of handcuffed as to what you have to pay for gas because you can't go shopping around too much. Before we head out, let's talk about a few basics about fuel on our houseboat. We have 3 fuel tanks, all of which are aluminum. We have one on the port side, the starboard side, and in the center. And they each hold 95 gallons. The one in the center is for filling up a jet ski or a ski boat or a pontoon boat or any other kind of boat that you might have. We don't have one right now, and so we're not going to put any fuel in that tank. And we'll just fill up the port and the starboard tank. The port and the starboard tank fuel the respective engines, and the generator pulls from both of those. So for round numbers, we have about 200 gallons of fuel. And a sweet dog that just loves to get some cuddles. If you're in the market for a houseboat, you may find that they have one larger fuel tank, or they may have 2 fuel tanks, or even 3 that might be smaller or larger. We have a Somerset houseboat, and this was pretty industry standard for the time that our houseboat was built. So, how much fuel does our houseboat use? Well, we're still trying to figure that out. We filled up one time earlier in the spring, and we went boat camping. The biggest reason we need to have fuel on board is for our generators. We don't run the engines too much, just obviously if we're leaving the dock, going out boat camping, we turn them off there, and then when we come back into the marina. We're getting more comfortable leaving the marina and just cruising around the lake and coming back, and not necessarily always leaving to go boat camping or to go somewhere else. So as we start to figure out how much fuel our engines burn, we'll be happy to update you guys on that. But overall, the generator right here below me is the biggest consumer of fuel on board. Well, it looks like the wind is starting to die down a bit. We might have a good little break in the weather here. So come along with us. Let's go get some gas. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn the blower on. I want to make sure we run that 10 minutes or so before we start the engines or the generator. Let's get the engines started. So first thing I'm going to do, get my light indicator, let me know I acknowledge that I'm driving up here. Put this again for neutral. Purrs like a kitten. Alright, we're going to do the starboard engine. Tachometer over here is a little broken, so that might go a little haywire. And we're in neutral. Alright, lights blinking. All right, So we are in neutral. Let's not touch those because we'll be in gear then. I'm gonna go turn on the generator.
You about ready to head out, Claire? I'm gonna get you in your safe spot in a second.
Getting ready to back out of the slip. Go slowly out of the marina.
Gotta fix the ice maker so it doesn't spill everywhere. There we go. We are pulling up to Gainesville Marina right now. Gainesville Marina is one of our favorite marinas on the lake for sure. For us, since it's just the three of us, it's really helpful to come here because they have attendants that help you tie up to the dock. So that way I can stay on the boat with Claire, and Trey doesn't have to obviously leave the wheel because we can't dock without him at the wheel. And they usually have pretty reasonably priced gas too. And it's always like a nice little drive for us too, so we enjoy getting out doing the cruise beforehand.
So we have about a quarter tank of gas left in both tanks, which is plenty for cruising around the lake. But next time we want to go boat camping, we might need to have it topped off. That fuel gauge is broken. It came back on the marine survey, just haven't fixed it yet. But they both run the same.
So now the big question is, do you have sunscreen on your face? No, you don't have sunscreen on your face. The other big question is, are we gonna have to wait in line? What are we gonna do if we have to wait in line? I'm gonna leave that to Trey to figure out because my spot's gonna be hanging out with Claire, and he's the captain. Yeah, so if we wait in line, it's probably not a big deal, but we'll figure it out when we get there. And hopefully the attendants are on duty to help us tie up to the dock so I can stay on the boat with Claire. And that way I don't have to get off. But we actually have her in her little seat so she can't move around. So even if I had to get off the dock for a second, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And we're hoping that the gas prices are looking good.
So there's a very long parallel gas slip dock, but there's a boat in the middle. They were here first, so no problem with that. I'm just going to wait and see if they leave, and then I'm going to go tie up where that boat is right now. And I might be able to go dance around in here a little bit, but I'm going to try and see. It looks like they're going to pay here soon and fill up. I can definitely wait a few minutes out here so I don't cause any commotion in the middle. Turn the generator off. Stop.
We have officially pulled up to the gas dock, and Trey has shut off the engines. He's turning off the generator, and the attendant fella is helping us tie up, and we're about to get gas.
I hear a hum, that's the blower running. Here we go. Cool.
fill up all three of them?
Just two.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. 429.
It'll shut off at $300, but I can run it and just reapprove it.
Okay. Cool. Still going. Hopefully this one is gentle on my wallet. I'm guessing it's gonna go towards 60 some odd gallons.
On that one tank?
On that one tank.
Okay.
All right, we should be maybe getting close on the first fuel tank. Hopefully this will be gentle on the checking account. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. But it's worth it. Did y'all see any of the boats make it up this far for the poker run the other weekend?
A lot of them. Not the Black Diamond never made it up here, which is what we all wanted to see. But as far as we had some nice new boats up here.
Nice.
They came right here, like the volunteers all stood right there and held out the envelopes or whatever. So
Cool.
just come through and right back out.
It's 55 gallons. All right. We are full on the first tank. All right, might need a reset again, and then we'll see how much we have on the other one. 238.55. Oh, two at one time? All right, that means we're full here. Tap, 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 tap. And let's start filling up the second. Hi, Dory.
So how fast are you going? Like if you're just from here, like from Port Royal to here?
6 knots. I mean, not fast at all. It probably took us just a little over an hour, just kind of cruising.
I guess you're not in a hurry.
Yeah. Like even if you put the throttle to the wall, you don't go that much faster. You just burn that much more gas. So I just kind of keep it 2,600 RPM or so and just tootle along. And I think we're gonna stop here when we get to 300, and then it'll. This kind gentleman here at the marina will have to reset it for us. No problem though.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get
That's the extra, so 302.71.
We don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no.
Hot out there.
It is way hot up there.
Alright, it comes out to be 302.71.
All right.
Insert there. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank y'all. Mind if I keep it parked there for about 5 minutes to take my dog for a quick walk?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Just grab a quick signature from you, please. Give me this one.
All right.
And do you need a copy on that receipt
Yes, please.
for the video?
There we go. Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
While Trey's been filling up at the gas dock, I went ahead and put Claire down for her nap. She was getting a little fussy. She's transitioning to one nap right now. So we knew that we had at least a little bit of a window to come get gas, but by the time we got here, she was ready to go down. So she's down now, resting. And I managed to have enough time to also make us some sandwiches, which is pretty great. So we're about to head out of here. We're gonna go on a little bit of a cruise, enjoy this full tank of gas, and then head back to the marina and then probably swim for the rest of the afternoon.
about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free.
So here we are, the final price tag. We put in just over 70 gallons of gas, and our final total was $302. We paid $4.29 a gallon. We actually didn't fill up quite as much as we thought we would need to. One of the things that we pointed out is that our starboard fuel gauge is broken. We'll have to get that fixed. We actually thought we were going to need a little bit more fuel than we ended up putting in the boat. That last tank lasted us about 4.5 months, and so hopefully this tank we have now, both of them being full, should last us another 4 months, at least into the fall when we have some cooler weather. There are a number of different ways that you can save on fuel. Number one is you may not want to leave your dock. There's no problem with that, but if you aren't starting your engines, if you aren't starting your generators, you're not burning any gas. The second way to save on fuel is to cruise around a little bit slower. The more throttle you give these boats, the more gas you burn, and you actually don't even go that much faster. So take your time and enjoy your time out on the lake. The third way to save gas is to use your inverter batteries. We have some on board, but they're not working and they're still on our list to get fixed. So when you are out camping or away from the dock, you don't have to run the generator, and you can run a key few appliances in your house, like a refrigerator, some select outlets, or some stereo music up top. The fourth way to save on fuel would be to not run your generator the whole time that you're away from the dock. Maybe find a couple hours here and there where you might be swimming off the back of the boat for safety, or you might be out on the beach where you just not need the electricity. Turn the generator off, save a few gallons, it'll add up in the long term. And to recap, we were able to make it to the marina without any wind issues. The weather turned out great for us. The attendants were there waiting for us. It wasn't too crowded, and we didn't hit anything. So I would consider this a win-win. We stayed under our budget, and we're actually going to go for a little cruise because the weather's so nice, and it's just been a great day for us. If you got value out of today's video, right down below, you'll see a subscribe button, you'll see a like button. Go ahead and give those a tap for us. It lets us know that you enjoy this content, and we can keep creating it for you. And join us next week where we will show you some more fun adventures that we're having out as we're winding down summer and looking towards fall. Bye!
Captain's driving with his knees.
Ah.